Winter's coming, you callous fucknecks. You prolapsed assholes. You grotesque monsters. They can eat shit. You racists and rapists and wretched accusers. You vengeful petty whore. He's just the ugly fake gold mask they've put on the jail bait. Fuck all the jail bait. Fuck that blubbering, bristling, frat boy judge. Fuck McConnell. Ryan, grass-privileged, ignorant, every last shit and rapey, misogynistic rape for how they've shown freedom, arrogance, breeding, protective abuse. They will tell you to smile, as we need to get back to business, that we gotta heal the rift and blah blah blah. But that's the desire of a savvy boy. Who wants you to stop crying after he hits you? Who wants you not to fight back? But you can cry, and you can fight back. So welcome back to TWIC, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the intro. I put a lot of effort into that, as you can tell. But anyways, yeah, Chuck Wendig got fired from Marvel and is off Star Wars. He had been a big guy on like their novels and stuff, and he was getting like some Star Wars comics. And he was someone that I've never read anything of. I've just seen him on Twitter. I even tweeted about him like a week or so ago, talking about how like I was contrasting the difference between like the way he acts and Rob Liefeld acts on Twitter, because Rob Liefeld is known as someone who's like not the most professional and stuff, and someone that some people don't like, and he's the creator of Deadpool, but you can see like his Twitter presence, he's so much more professional than Chuck was. So I thought it was funny. I was like, the creator of Deadpool versus a guy that's writing some Star Wars books, and you can see who's way more professional. And then now he's fired, so I was like, oh wow, I didn't think that would happen. I'm very surprised that he got fired. Now, generally speaking, I'm not a fan of people getting fired over words on Twitter. I just don't like that. I think it's stupid. But this is a little different here, because Chuck is attacking an entire side of the Star Wars fan base. It's not like a one-off thing or a joke or something taken out of context. It is a consistent type of behavior that he has displayed all over his Twitter for a long time. It's not like, oh, this was just something from 10 years ago that he said, now he's getting heat for it. No, this is way different. This is consistent. This is recent. This is just how he acts and how he is. And Marvel decided to shut it down, which I thought was honestly a good move on their part, because again, this wasn't just like a one-off thing. This is like a very consistent behavior. Personally, I think Marvel should have some type of like guidelines for social media interaction stuff, like just very basic guidelines to be like, hey, don't alienate a specific side of our fans, either side. Just don't. You can express your opinions if you want to. You can say, oh, I don't like that Trump guy or something, but don't be like, hey, screw everyone on this side of the aisle. That's not too bright. And like the vulgarity that he constantly used towards just everyone that he didn't like was it's not good when you're working for basically Disney, since they own Star Wars and Marvel. So I don't know what this guy thought. It was funny too, because in the aftermath of it, he thought it was all just because of his vulgarity. He thought it was just because of the words he used. That's what he was saying. It wasn't because of him constantly attacking people. No, it was just because of the words I chose. He would start like cussing even more in tweets afterwards and be like, oh, sorry, I know I'm not supposed to say that because of Papa Disney or whatever. And like, it's funny, it's like, that's not the only reason you got fired. It's because like you're literally alienating half the fan base. That's not very bright of you to do, because a lot of these people, these social justice warriors and stuff that like what you're doing, are not buying your stuff. To where the hardcore fans, they will buy your stuff. But if some of those hardcore fans are a different political side than you and you've alienated them, they're not going to buy your stuff. And the people that are like, yeah, I support Chuck, but I'm not going to buy his books. So like, it's a lose-lose situation for Chuck here, because he's alienating people that might buy his books, and the people that won't buy his books are the people that like him. Like, there was even someone I saw like in one of his replies. I was like, oh, I've never read a Star Wars book, but I like you, Chuck. And he's like, thank you. It's like, it's exactly that. That's your fan base right now. People that won't buy your stuff, but they like you because the people they don't like you. It's like, that's poor Chuck. But no, I don't really feel sorry for him at all. I thought it was funny also seeing there were a lot of people coming out in support of Chuck, which is fine. But where were these people when Ethan Van Sciver was being called a Nazi, very falsely being called a Nazi? Like, for a long time, there was a thing where all these people were coming out and calling Ethan Van Sciver a Nazi. I didn't see any pros being like, hey, that's not true. I didn't see, like, a mass amount of support, no. But here, there's a bunch of pros being like, oh, I support Chuck. It's bad what's going with him. But Ethan Van Sciver being smeared as a Nazi, nah, that's nothing. We don't need to get our hands dirty with that. It's the double standard is funny, but that's pretty much all with the Chuck situation. It's just he got fired for being an asshole. That's what happens. He says in his tweets how it's not a time for civility. Well, I guess it's not a time to have a job either, is it, Chuck? Anyways, moving on to some other things. There's not a whole lot else to talk about. This is going to be a short episode, TWIC. But we got Peter J. Tomasi who's going to be going on Detective Comics. I think this was announced a while ago, I believe. But he was talking about it recently, saying how he wants to be on it for like 103 issues or something like Tom King, which is very exciting for me because I love Peter J. Tomasi. He had an amazing run with Patrick Gleason on Superman, so seeing him come on to Batman is going to be awesome, and I'm super excited for that. And I think a lot of Batman fans will be excited because I know a lot of Batman fans aren't very happy with what Tom King's doing. Now, he's not taking over Batman. Tom King's still going to be on Batman, but he's taking over Detective Comics. I think having one book where it's Tom King, where it's kind of like up and down, like he'll do some good stuff and he does some not very good stuff. It'll be good to have like a solid book with Peter J. Tomasi on Detective Comics where it'll be very solid and it's going to be good. You know, you can trust that. So that's what I'm really happy with. When he gets on there, I'm probably going to add Detective Comics to my pull list because I really like Peter J. Tomasi. And so yeah, I just thought that was cool, and I hope he's on it for like 103 issues. I think that would be cool. And yeah, that's it for the Peter J. Tomasi thing. The next one is we got a first look at Spider-Man's suit in Spider-Man Far From Home, I think it's what it's called. And I saw varying reactions. I saw some people saying it's the best suit they've ever seen. I saw some people saying, oh, this suit sucks, why do we have this? I think it's fine. Like, I kind of want to wait till we see it in a trailer before judging it, because set photos are different than like when you actually see it on the big screen, because there's so many touch-ups and stuff and like CG effects and things that'll change a suit from when you see it on like just set photos versus when you see it in a trailer or on the big screen. So I want to wait for a trailer before discussing it, but as of now, I'm fine with it. I'm not in love with it, but I don't hate it either. I think, oh, it's a good suit. I'm fine with it. It's just I'm not really up or down with it. I love the Homecoming suit. I like the Homecoming suit better, but this suit also looks cool and looks like a cool alternative suit. And obviously he couldn't really go back to the Homecoming suit after the after Infinity War, because you know it'd be such like a downgrade considering how great that suit is. I think the Homecoming suit looks better if I'm talking about in terms of like in the universe how useful that suit is compared to the Homecoming suit. So obviously he had to get a new suit. So yeah, but Homecoming suit I think is A+. This suit looks good, but it's not my favorite. I think it's a fine alternative suit. I wouldn't want this to be his main suit for like every movie from now on, but yeah, it looks fine. I'm excited about it. I'm excited for this movie. I loved Homecoming, and I'm hoping this is good also. And yeah, that's kind of it for TWIC. Again, there wasn't that much I could like scrounge up to talk about. There wasn't a whole lot. It's mainly the Chuck thing that was big, and not a whole lot of big comics came out this week. We got Superman issue number 4 came out, which was like the big fight between Superman and what's his name, the stupid villain that Bendis came up with. I always say Ragal Zar. The fight was kind of anticlimactic. It was kind of stupid. It didn't really match up with the first time him and Superman fought. First time him and Superman fought, like no chance for Superman. This time they're kind of just both like equal, so that was kind of interesting. I also read Batman White Knight. It's on my bookshelf back there now. I got the trade for it. It's amazing. I'm probably going to do a video on it. There's a lot of comics I want to do videos on right now. Like, I want to do a video on Bendis' Superman, because a lot of people have asked me for my opinion on that, and I always forget what happened with Bendis' Superman, because it's been very forgettable, so I need to read it all at once and make a video. I want to do a video on Deathstroke versus Batman, because I was so disappointed with that arc. I really want to talk about it. And then I also want to do a video on Batman White Knight. So there are several comics I want to make videos on. I just need to like hunker down and do it. It's just I don't have a whole lot of time now with my new job and everything. But yeah, anyways, that's it. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please let me know with a like and a comment. Also, I want to hear your guys' opinions on this. What do you think about the whole Chuck situation? Are you happy, sad? Do you think he should have gotten fired over that or not? How do you think this should go? Also, I want to hear from you guys. Like, if there's ever anything you want me to talk about on TWIC, make sure to tweet at me. My Twitter is linked in the description down below. That's the best way to get me to talk about stuff, because it's really hard to find stuff to talk about because comic news sites are ass. So I have to like go all over the place to find stuff to talk about. I can't just go to like a comic news site and be like, oh, this and this happened. I have to go like everywhere. So Any help from you guys would be appreciated. And I also just did a video ranking my pull list, the comics on my pull list. That'll be in the outro if you guys want to watch that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later.
Legends never die, we've been going every night. I've been feeling way too blessed, but with Lex I'm never stressed. They don't know just what we do, we've been out here with the crew. They don't know just how we live, think we got too much to give.